Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my white room. Now today I'm going to be talking about Deliver Us from Evil. This is a new horror movie which just came out this week, and so I'm going to talk about it. So just a general plot summary. The movie focuses on a detective and his partner. They are investigating a case which a bunch of strange occurrences are happening. As the case begins to unravel itself, he finds himself deeper and deeper enveloped into this world of evil and demons and just trying to figure out how to get rid of it. So that is the general premise of the movie. The main character for this movie actually works really, really well. I thought that he was a really good choice for the main role. He worked nicely and was very believable as this main character. The plot itself is actually based on a book, which I did not realize until someone told me. I have not read the book, I know nothing about it, I don't know how closely the movie resembles it. The characters in this movie are actually pretty interesting for the most part. The main characters, at least. We have the detective, we have the priest, and we have the essentially evil bad guy who is the main bad guy in the movie. All three characters are actually fairly interesting. The story is actually more interesting than I was really expecting it to be. The trailer was probably part of that because the trailer is very, very small in terms of revealing what this movie is really about. So I went into it not really knowing a whole lot of what to expect. I knew that there was going to be some sort of demon-esque quality to it. I didn't know how far that was going to go. And it was going to talk about the nature of evil. But this really does play out quite nicely. It's a very detective-y story, and it works quite nicely, I thought. There are a lot of jump scares in this movie, which happen just because I've seen enough horror movies that most of them did not get me. They do work well for where they are in the plot. There's not too many at one time. There's not too few. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a horror movie, and so there's going to be jump scares. It's just how movies that are horror work. The way the possessed people looked in this movie was actually really, really impressive because we see them all scratched up and we see just their eyes and just how their bodies look, especially the main bad guy of this movie just is incredibly creepy to look at. This is a very, very creepy movie for the most part, especially in the beginning where he is just kind of figuring out everything that's happening, and it was just a really creepy movie, and it worked really well, I thought, with the plot and the premise and everything that really went into it. I thought that this was a really good horror movie. It wasn't the best one that I've ever seen, but I haven't seen a lot of exorcism movies, and this is more or less what this was towards the end. But I thought that it worked well, I guess. I don't watch a lot of horror movies, to be honest with you. I have seen the Saw series, and I have seen very little else besides that. So when I see a horror movie, I usually go into it with fresh eyes, and so I thought this was a well-done movie. I would like to see a sequel, honestly, because I think it could easily set up one, because the ending kind of suggests that there are more things that these two people do after the events of the film. So I could see that happening if the movie does well enough. I think that'd be kind of a neat feature. The music is also really well done. It set the mood really well. It made it really scary and kind of creepy when it needed to, and kind of heightened the suspense really well. And so that's something that music is supposed to do in a horror movie. And the score really allowed that to happen really well. The only two real issues that I had with the movie was the shaky cam, which happened ever so often, usually when a demon is doing something. Somehow the movie didn't really go into detail as to why that would occur, but it kind of, the camera would just shift back and forth or side to side a lot of the time, and so that got a little bit irritating at times. And then the ending, the very last 3 to 4 minutes, was actually fairly boring after the whole plot point is actually kind of done. The ending is just kind of blah. It just kind of goes up to its height and it just descends really quickly in terms of excitement. But overall, I really did enjoy Deliver Us from Evil a lot more than I was expecting to, honestly. Most horror movies that are released in the summer aren't that high of quality, so I wasn't really expecting too much. Maybe that's why I really liked the movie more than I thought I would. The actors did a really good job, the music was great, the plot was actually fairly interesting. What did you think of Deliver Us from Evil? Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it a lot more than I did? Let me know down in the comments down below. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe as well if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. And as always, my good people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.